Long, long ago, on the coast of Sumatra in Indonesia, near the village of Padang, there lived a boy with his mother. They were very poor. All they had to eat was some fish. It was a fishing village on the shore. But the mother and the son, they couldn't catch very many fish. So they waited, and the fishermen, when they caught the fish, they would throw away the small fish. They took the small fish, or nobody wanted, and that's how they lived. It was a really difficult life. But the boy, he always watched the boats, and sometimes a big ship would come to the shore, and he asked his mother, one day, can I sail away on a big ship? Maybe I can make my fortune, and we can be rich. And the old woman said, you're too young. But the years passed, and he got older. And one day, a big ship came, docked on the shore. Mother, I am ready. I am old enough. I can find my way in the world. I will sail away, and I will become rich. And one day, I will return. And he climbed on the ship, and he hid away because he had no money to buy a ticket. And the ship sailed away, and his mother was so sad. And she stood there on the shore, watching the ship go into the distance. One day, my son will come back. One day, my son will come back. And the days passed, and the weeks passed, and she heard nothing from her son. Her son's name was Malin Kundang. She heard nothing from Malin Kundang. And every day she stood on the shore, and when a ship came, she always ran down to the shore and said, hey, do you know any news of my son, Malin Kundang? But nobody could tell her anything. Well, the weeks turned into months, and the months turned into years. Still, she heard nothing from her son, Malin Kundang. She was not so young. She was getting older. Many years passed. Always she came down to the shore, but she never heard news. Her hair was turning grey. Her back was not straight, but bent. She was so poor, she couldn't feed herself. People gave her a little food, but she was now like a beggar woman on the shore. Always she looked for the ship that might return. One day, when she was an old woman, she saw a big ship, beautiful ship, more beautiful than any ship she had seen, sailing towards the shore. And there, stepping down from the ship, was a gentleman, fine, shining robes, and next to him his wife, also beautiful and elegant. And she knew this man, this Malin Kundang, my son, he has come back. And she ran forward. Oh, my boy, my son, Malin Kundang, you have come back to your mother. Malin Kundang, that's who he was. He looked at this old woman, and he saw how she was wearing rags, and she was thin and grey and lined and bent, and he felt ashamed. And his wife looked at the old woman, and he could see his wife was disgusted. Who are you? He said to the old woman. I do not know you. You are not my mother. And he kicked her away with his foot. And the old woman fell down in the dirt on the shore. And she cried and cried. And the rich Malin Kundang and his wife, they turned and they climbed on board the ship. And the sails were lifted and they sailed away from the shore. And the old woman, weeping, crying in sorrow on the shore, said, if that is not my son, may he sail safely. But if that is my son, Malin Kundang, May he be cursed and turned to stone. And at that moment, the sea changed. No longer was it clear and blue and calm. Waves rose and swelled. The water became dark. The sky grew black, and a great storm crashed. Waves rolled and crashed over the ship, and the ship rolled and was wrecked there in the sea. And a great wave rose and carried the body of Malin Kundang to the shore. And there on the shore stood a man turned to stone. That stone, that rock in the shape of a man is still there near the village of Padang on the coast of Sumatra in Indonesia. And all Indonesian people know this rock. They call it Malin Kundang, the same name as that boy, that man who disowned his mother. Yeah. Remember where you came from. You know, there's a warning in this story.